Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome back to another exciting race out here with the Roughneck Racing Series presented by Ninth Gear Broadcasting. Guys in the booth, Kevin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Luke. How are you doing tonight?
You know, I'm doing incredible on this sunny afternoon here in Daytona. We are here for another exciting race, and we got a long list of a grid here tonight, Kevin, so I believe we're going to be doing two heat races here tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, I'm so excited for him.
Hey, that I am as well. I know you want to go and maybe go ahead and jump to our starting grid, perhaps.
Yeah, this is going to be our first heat race starting at grid once again, and on the pole we're going to see Malik Ray. Accompanying him on the front row is going to be Daniel Falkingham. Our second row is going to consist of Landon Velicky and Brock Westmoreland. Third row is going to be Nash Brambilla and Ethan Eckert. Fourth row is going to be Nathan Harper and Kenneth McCullough. Fifth row is going to be Robert Wagner and Daniel Lolis. Sixth row is going to be Garrett Caswell, Mark Vondell. Seventh row, Hunter Hasting and Michael Wingo. Eighth row is going to be Logan York and Dylan C. Jones. And rounding us out, but do not forget him, is going to be Cameron Rourke. It's going to be a 17-car field for this first heat as we are going around under caution this time by, going green this time by.
Man, 17 cars here, and this is only heat one. This is going to be a big final heat, Kevin. There's going to be a lot of drivers out here tonight. I know I'm excited for it. We got a lot of talented drivers out here. But boy, am I excited for it. I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of exciting driving out here. I don't know about you, Kevin, but I, for one, am very excited for this one here tonight.
Yeah, I've got to agree. I know there's a lot of stuff on the line. There's some money on the line, but there's also points on the line. Pay attention to the points race because this is race number 5 of that.
Oh, that is right. That is right. And then another glance at your top 12 there, starting lineup of heat number 1, and it is a stacked one for heat number 1, I will say. Malik Ray and Daniel Falkingham, as well as Landon Velicky, arguably some of the better drivers out here in the field. But Nathan Harper, another one, very high up there in the I rating. Don't count him out, he's almost at a 6,200. Very strong field here in the first heat.
You gotta like these heat races because I think a lot of these teammates might be getting mixed up in the different heats, but we'll get more into that when we get a chance because the pace car is headed in. We're going to be green this time by, I think.
Yep, pace car's in.
And it is going to be the command of Malik Ray in the one car whenever he's ready, and we are green here at Daytona in the trucks with RNR Racing Series. We're 2x2 as we start. Malik Ray still in the lead. Falkingham in second. They're side by side. That inside line's looking good. Outside line starting to make it work a little bit. Velicky pushing the inside and Westmoreland pushing the outside. We're still 2x2 all the way through. Oh, and a big move by, I want to say the 23 of Brambilla to get to the outside. Barely had the room, but he gets it working, and the outside is moving down the backstretch for the first time tonight. There are 10-lap heat races. 10 laps of pure run-and-gun madness, and Malik Ray making it work on the inside. A little bit of a gap between the 3 and 4 car on the inside, but they're getting the speed in the turns regardless. And Malik's going to hop to the outside. That's going to give the room to...
oh, they're going to be 3 wide back there, a couple rows back.
Yeah, they're trying to make a third line work.
It's going to be the 5G truck.
How about Velicky on the inside getting huge pushes by Harper, and they're making it work. With Ray and Falkingham on that outside. Oh, and they're getting stacked up a little bit on that top line. Getting pushed up a little bit. They're holding on to it, though. And Velicky holding it on the middle line. Out in the lead, clear by 1 on either side. But here comes the inside, led by Harper. And they get shaken up a little bit. Ray in third. Velicky back down to the bottom. Here comes Wagner,
Velicky's going to get a lead here. Velicky's going to get his first taste of the lead here tonight.
And Ray back to the lead as he's making that middle line work. But how about that outside line? They're getting some speed.
3 wide.
Giving huge pushes to nobody now. As Eckert's now in the lead. I apologize. Eckert in the lead on the outside line. We're 3 wide through and through. The leaders are Velicky and Eckert flipping back and forth. But how about Ray on that middle line getting some speed?
Getting some momentum here.
I don't think you want to be in the middle line right now. They don't seem to have as much speed as either side, but we'll see. 8 to go. 3 wide all the way through until the back. Ray, Veliky, and oh, how about that outside line falling back a whole line? They lost a lot of momentum. That inside line really making it work with Veliky.
I think it's because of the lack of cars.
Yeah, I've got to agree. They only have 3 cars now on it. They were up to about 5 or 6 at one point. It was looking
Excuse me, trucks.
hot. Oh, but how about Ray making the move up there? He wasn't really liking the middle, but he throws a block back down low. He decides he doesn't want it. It's his line to pick. He's clear all around. Yeah, and that outside line's still just fading. That middle line, though, they're going to get some speed out of this turn. And they're moving, and that's going to give Falkingham the lead back. Yeah, and they're bumping, they're pushing. They're racing tight. It's a heat race. They just want to get into that top 10 finishing position.
Only 7 to go here. That third line's gone. That 5G car is stranded out there by himself.
Yeah, they have decimated that third line, but how about that middle line? It's making it work way better than I thought they could because drivers just keep going up there, but Veliky drops down low, barely clear.
Whew.
And he is going to get the lead for a moment, coming into turns 1 and 2 again.
Pay attention here, that 5G truck. He's in the wall a little bit back there.
Yeah, and he's
gonna fade off. He might fade off here.
Fade, but I think he's gonna stay in the
draft.
He's
gonna stay in. He's gonna stay in.
But that outside line making it work once again. Here comes Ray for his taste of the lead once again. He's getting huge pushes by Falkingham. But Veliky and Harper doing what they can. Harper rubbing a little bit on that inside line, but the outside line's starting to work again, Luke. They got 4 cars on it.
That they are. It really could be anybody's race here.
As well.
We approach 5 to go here. They are 3 wide at Daytona at the Roughneck Racing Truck Series.
Fast. Yes, Harper's in the lead. Veliky's back to the lead. Ray's now pushing the 31 car of, or the 62 car of Veliky on that middle line. The outside line really trying to get something going with the 88 of Caswell, and they're getting some speed into this turn. They're losing cars. Guys in the back just don't know where to go, and we are 3 wide down the backstretch 5 more times. Whew, it's been a tight one so far, Luke.
Jeez, yeah, it has. 3 wide racing here early on in the heat races. I don't know about you, Kevin, but whenever I hop on Daytona and some of these terrible lobbies, especially Draft Masters, second it goes 3 wide at Daytona, it seems like it's almost a wreck. It really is impressive to see some of these high-ranking drivers keeping it clean for so long at 3 wide out here, especially in these trucks.
Yeah, and I've got to agree. They're feathering the throttle just how they need to. Not as much, checking up as you'd usually see out of those lower class lobbies, but just keeping it smooth, keeping it 3 wide. I mean, they could potentially go 4 wide here with the way they're holding their lines. But as of right now, Veliky's out in the lead, and he is between the second and the first
straightaway.
They're wrecking. Hang on to it, boys, and they're not going to.
In the air.
And the caution's out, and all this is going to collect. And that's
the number 12. It's Ethan Eckert.
Oh, and unfortunate for Eckert, as he had a good run early on here. Started P6, made it up to the front momentarily, but just that mid-pack driving is the most dangerous spot to be. Let's take a look at what happened there and how this one started.
We'll jump back actually a little bit more here as we actually hop to the chopper view. Looks like it happens right there on that outside line. Oh, I believe that's going to be the 98 that got into the number 4 there. Yeah, it's going to be Michael Wingo getting into, I believe that is Brock Westmoreland.
Yeah, and I think that third line just trying to get a little bit of a side draft.
Oh, yeah. Just caught his rear left quarter panel there.
Yeah, they hold
just couldn't recover.
Just doesn't realize how close up they are on him.
And how about Daniel Eckert? I know I saw him go airborne back there.
Yeah, he goes for an absolute ride. Unfortunate for him.
Top in the onboard there.
I gotta wonder though, Luke. I think only 2 are getting knocked off in these heat races. I'm not quite sure what the rules are for the heat race here, but a lot of these guys that are in the wreck are still in it, just despite other cars getting in the wreck. If you can get your car back out there before the others can get their car back out there, you'll still make it to the main event tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
That's really all these cars are trying to do.
Absolutely. I mean, as long as you get in there and you get a good quick pit exit and the damage isn't too bad, which, I mean, the way the wreck looked, most of the drivers kept it contained. It really didn't look that bad. It looks like most of them held on to it pretty well. I think as long as most of them get into the pits relatively quickly, I don't think any of them are going to fall back too far. And we're seeing, I believe, 4 or 5 pits here as of right now.
Yeah, this is going to take us to a green-white checkered, I would assume, because at the very least, we're going to be back out here with 2 to go. Big wreck there at the end. You know, not what you want to see. 9 cars are going to stay out there. We're going to still be led by Veliky, Harper, Ray, Wagner, Falkingham, Hastings, Caswell, York, and Rourke. Those are going to be your 9 cars staying out here. So, you know, pay attention to a couple things here. You know, who's going to win the race off pit road? You know, who's going to get out there in a good position? And then also, what can these leaders do to get themselves the checkered flag in this first heat race?
I think most of these leaders are just looking to hang on here. The way things have looked so far, it looks like any line really could be anybody's victory line here tonight, the way things have been running. It seems like they're all running pretty much the same, at least from what I've seen. I think it really could be any line here. I think all these guys just need to hold their lines straight and hopefully just get a clean finish here at least. I think the less wrecking we have in these heat races, the better.
Yeah, and, you know, Luke, I would usually agree with you, but I think a lot of these drivers are going to go for the checkered flag just because if you do win the heat race, your entry for the night is paid for. So there is a little incentive to, you know, get going in these heat races. So, but yeah, you know, I know a lot of these guys, a lot of these team drivers are just trying to get to the show so that they can, you know, get with their guys and make it happen in the main thing.
Yeah, you know, these heat races, I don't want to say they're all about strategy, because, I mean, at the end of the day, you're just looking to finish in front of the guys behind you. But, I mean, there is a good bit of strategy that goes into these races, but I feel like the strategy that goes into the main event is going to be a lot more intense from what we're seeing out here in the heats. But regardless, I think this is going to be a very, very exciting end to the Heat 1 race tonight.
Yeah, and you know, we're going around one more time, so it is going to be a little 2-lap shootout there at the end. I just got word that every car from the heat race is making it to the main race, so it is just, you know, for points, I think, and that, once again, that $25 heat winner incentive. But these guys aren't out of it, you know. I was a little concerned. We saw a lot of team drivers getting hit there that you would want to see in the main race, and you know, I just got word that we are going to see them in the main race despite what just happened.
Well, I know that's always a relief. I know a lot of these, with such a big track or a big field out here, you kind of want to see a lot of drivers with the way these guys have been driving in this first heat. But as we quickly go ahead and take a look here at the current payout of the event tonight, it was a $27 entry fee, and the first place payout on the main event is going to be $225 to first place, $200 to second place, $150 to third, $115 to fourth, $100 to fifth, and $25 to each heat winner, and that is assuming we have 35 entries, and I believe with a grid of 17 in the first heat race, we have exceeded that. So it's going to be an interesting one here tonight.
There, I think. But, yeah, you know, we're going around one more time. Going to be 2 to go when we go green. I'm excited, Luke.
Oh, me too, Kevin. I always love seeing the end of these heat races. You know, all the drivers just looking to... Well, I mean, honestly, at this point, now that it's not really position-based, everyone's getting through. I think all of them are just looking to get that, you know, get their race paid for tonight before it gets started, you know? Get a little security blanket under your belt, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, and I agree, but I would like to point out Ethan Eckert was actually the second to make it out of the pits, and would I be wrong to say that he was the one just about upside down, Luke?
Oh, that he was. And I don't know if he was quite upside down. I think he was more or less on his side there, but either way, still got some serious air. But enough about his air. We are getting ready to go green here as we get ready to cross the Geico start-finish. And it's going to be Landon Veliky leading us off here with 2 to go at Daytona.
2 to go at Daytona. We're side by side. That second line starting way back there, though. Veliky and Ray got a good jump. It's their decision, you know, where they want to go. But that second line is getting some speed now. That's going to be led by Harper. As a lot of cars go up there, kind of strains out Veliky and Ray on that inside line. 4 up top, 2 down on the bottom, and then the rest of the crew is coming through as we speak, as we are on the backstretch for the second time tonight, or second to last time in this heat race tonight. But
it's going to be Nathan Harper leading in the backstretch.
Yeah, and that top line really making it work, and they're going to come down and they're going to you know.
Oh, here they come.
But that another top line's forming, and we're 2x2 again. This outside line's going to get a huge shot out of the turn, and they are fast.
One
and
to go.
Huge push to Falkingham as he's going to be leading on the outside.
Oh, and someone's below the triangle. Contact.
Hold it.
Oh,
no wrecking. We're
the
going to leaders, though.
Wrecking.
Falkingham's still in the lead. We're still green. Final lap.
Yep. Green flag's still out. It's going to be Daniel Falkingham and Hunter Hastings.
And Hastings goes to the top. Malik Ray not really following anybody. He's going to follow Falkingham, but he's just trying to find his way to the front. Falkingham in the lead. Hastings in second. They're side by side. They've resorted it out. It's going to be a side by side finish for about 5 drivers that are still in that lead pack. It is led by Falkingham right now. Ray is following him. That outside line is falling apart. Ray's on the inside with him. The move's got to be made or Falkingham's going to take it.
There he goes. He's going to go to the outside.
Falkingham blocks the bottom. We're wrecking.
Falkingham sideways. He's in the wall.
They do not get to the finish, and
Nathan Harper
going to take it. Nathan Harper's going to take this one as they just got destroyed there at the finish line. Malik's going to take 4th after just being there with a taste of it.
Falkingham dropped back to 5th.
Hastings 3rd, Malik Ray 4th, Falkingham 5th, Rourke 6th.
And how about that finish for Nathan Harper? You know, holy cow, I did not expect him to come out of that one on top, I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be a Malik Ray or a Daniel Falkingham finish there, I'll be completely honest with you, but we'll go and look at the, no time to look back at that replay as we are already getting ready to round out our second heat race as they are getting ready to take the grid here. Seems as though it was just a very tight finish there. Good on all those guys to get a good finish, but Nathan Harper with that, I believe, $25 win, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, good win for him. You know, he's going to be starting up front now in the main event.
And yeah, you know, what a first heat race tonight, Kevin. I know that was a very, very exciting one for me to watch, at least so far, with 17 drivers on the track there, but 16 drivers here as we get ready to approach our second heat race tonight here, and it's going to be Kyler Wynn leading us off. And Kevin, I know you're probably going to want to take away the rest of our leading grid here, but I just had to point that one out there. Kyler Wynn representing for Canada out here, the only Canadian driver in this second heat.
Yeah, and Kyler Wynn's going to be on the pole for the second heat race, but up front with him is going to be Stephen Miles, one of the two. Second row is going to be taken by Matthew Baker. I know there's a fan of Matthew in our chat right now. And Cody Neagles. Third row is going to be Chris Melton and Brian Hennings. Fourth row is going to be Cody Bullock and Sean Corbett. Fifth row is going to be Christopher Carter and Thomas Kirkman. Then we're going to have James Wagner and Josh McCullough. Then we're going to see Jordan Tasby and Garrett Maines. And then we're going to be followed out by Freddie Bassinez and last week's winner, Daniel Eberhardt. So that's going to be the starting positions for this second race. A lot of talented drivers, Luke. I mean, might be, you know, even better racing than we saw in our first race. We're just going to have to wait and find out as we are pacing around for one last time before we go green in our 10-lap heat number 2.
It appears we have a Baker's fan in the chat here. It's going to be Baker's mom in the chat, wishing Matthew Baker a good luck here. He's going to be back in P6 as he takes that inside line there. Maybe warming up the tires a little bit extra here tonight. But yeah, it seems as though he's got a fan in the chat there. He's going to be, I believe, that number 5 on that inside line there. Boy, that is quite the bright car, but Kevin, I know I ask you this every night. We're not in the main heat yet. Any big schemes sticking out to you here in the before we get ready to start the second
Yeah,
heat?
you know, I think I'm just going to have to wait and see them all together in the main race and then go from there.
Okay, that's fair.
There's a couple of them catching my eye, but just going to be something I'm paying attention to for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And the pace car is rounding out of 4th, coming in now. They're going green. This time by, it's going to be the command of Kyler Wynn.
Green flag.
And we are green here at Daytona. Wynn on the inside, Steven on the outside. We're 2x2 all the way through 10 laps of Daytona racing. Here we come.
It appears we're going to get a little bit of bugging issue here with the overlay after that first race. Going to go and work on reloading the textures there for that one right now. Yeah, it's going to be Kyler Wynn still leading us off here. Stephen Miles here taking his first lead of the night. I'm not too sure why it's bugging out here. We just have to hope that comes back together here shortly.
And we're just going to take a look at this, battle for first. It's going to show us our top 7 for now as we try to sort out the main tower. But Stephen Miles in the lead right now. Kyler Wynn to follow. Cody Neagles, Matthew Baker, Hennings, Malcolm Corbett is your top 7 for now, as we are too wide, but the third line is starting to form in the back. And that's where it always comes from, Luke.
And that it always does. And boy, I know a lot of these drivers are prepared for this 3-wide racing, but it always makes me a little bit nervous seeing these drivers get that close together and it get that shaky.
Yeah, and how about Matthew Baker making his way to the front in a hurry? He is up there on the second line. And he's making.
Oh, and they're wrecking behind him! Oh, and they're going to collide. It's going to be Jordan Tasby and Freddie Bassinez, I believe. Oh, and an unfortunate one for Jordan Tasby, but we're going to jump back to our leaders here as we stay green. Kyler Wynn staying at it here. He's going to slide to that outside line.
Yeah, Kyler Wynn on that outside. He's being pushed by Baker. Then the inside's going to be Melton and Hennings. They're making it work 2x2. But that third line is just, not really working. It's led by Corbett. I can tell that scheme from back there that we really like. How about Eberhard? He started 16th and he's up to 5th already. He knows how to get around in a hurry, Luke.
Oh, that he does, Kevin. And I believe the tower might be bugged here for the remainder of the heat race. So we're going to swap up here to our ticker up top here. We're going to hopefully see if we can get that to work here.
Yeah, and regardless of if it works or not, we'll definitely have it fixed by the main race. It might just be an issue with our UI. We'd have to restart it. But how about some side drafting for the 45, getting himself up there despite only 2 cars being on that top line.
We're going to see that number 8 there dipping below that low line. It's going to be Freddie Bassinez. He's just staying out of their way, not wanting to get into it, especially when they're 3 wide like that.
And Melton's going to be our leader. He's going to be getting huge pushes from Kyler, but Kyler drops back down, and we're 2x2 again, and they're getting a little loose. And
Be a perfect 5 to go here.
For the sake of how many laps is left, and just the gap timing and everything, we're going to keep up the graphic on the left side. We know it's bugged, so that is our apology. But yeah, it'll be fixed by the main race at the very least. As we are 6 to go, a little bit of lap traffic coming up. He's going to go high for the leaders, but that
third line's going to get stuffed. They're going to have to make a choice here. Oh, and he bumps the 97! Oh, he runs right through him! Jordan Tasby! Holy shit! He takes a huge hit, but it's going to be Stephen Miles still leading us off here with 5 to go.
Yeah, and Chris Melton up there too.
He's going to take a lead, actually. Sorry about that.
Matthew Baker, how about P3? He's on that inside line, just, through and through, making it work. But we have some blinking on that outside.
Kyler Wynn's blinking. Looks like that third line was looming.
5 laps to go. We're halfway through this one. And, Kyler Wynn, Chris Melton, Stephen Miles, and Matthew Baker is going to be your front 4. They're 2x2 all the way through. And, how about Eberhard? He's still running P5, and he started 16th. How about Garrett Maines? He's running P7. He started P14. A couple big movers on the night. But that inside line is coming, and they're coming fast.
There's that outside line. They're making that third line now. They're going to be 3 wide up there. 4 to go. Sideline's going to have 3 cars here. Got to wonder if those cars in the back are going to maybe join them. Maybe a chance for them to make their way up. And yep, there's a 4th car. And boy, they're going to be even Steven out here with 4 cars on each line, I believe. But as soon as I say that, they shuffle around, and it's going to be 5 on that middle line. I believe we have a blinker in the very end. Yep, 15.
Yeah, maybe a Pepsi scheme? I don't know.
I think that was a Valvoline. I believe that was a
Oh, okay.
Valvoline. Got me
But
excited
how
there for a
about?
minute, though.
Yeah, me too. Let's go back to the battle for the leader. We're stuck on battle for fifth right now.
It's
And
going to be
Daniel
Daniel Eberhard.
Eberhard. Oh, wrecking
Oh,
big
wrecking
in the
behind him!
back. And that's going to be a caution.
Yep, caution's out. And boy, oh boy, that was a rough one there. And we're going to jump back there and take a look at that one. It's going to be Steven Miles. Yeah, let's go ahead
Caution's
and...
going to come out, and we're going to see our second green white checker, 2 laps to go battle in just 2 heat races.
And boy, oh boy, we're going to look here as we slow it down here. I believe it's going to be between the number 420 and... Oh, the 51, yep. I think the 51 there gives him just a little bit of a spin. That's going to be Cody Bullock. Oh, and look at that.
Goes for a ride.
Two trucks go airborne there into the wall. And
I was going to collect 3 of them. A little bit of a net code there at the end. I'm not sure who that was there at the end.
Unfortunate. Yeah, we'll go back just one more time to see that in live timing here. And yeah, that 51 just gives the 420 just a little bit of a hook, and oh.
Both those lines were kind of, getting caught up.
Just got stuffed a little bit.
Yeah, and just, it was bound to happen, and it definitely did.
Oh, that it did. Let's go and look at the cockpit view here of, I believe we said that was the 51 Cody Bullock. I want to see his view of that one. So they're getting ready to go through the turn here. He's riding right behind McCullough. And just, oh yeah. I mean, he holds his line pretty well. Looks like McCullough got just kind of shifted around a little bit in front of him, maybe. Got a little loose with that car in the middle line. I know that middle line was getting a little shifty, and yeah. It was an unfortunate turn of events there for, I believe that was Joshua McCullough. Not what you like to see here early on in this race. Or early on in the evening here tonight.
Yeah, and it's great to see you too, Jay, one of our chatters of the night, and I appreciate the kind words. But we're going to be 2 to go when we come back around here.
And yeah, we're just waiting for a UI to catch up here. Seems like we're having a little bit of issues, and there it is.
Yeah, it seems like everything,
Might have to give it a little bit of a restart here before we, yeah, we'll see if the tire...
main race.
Yeah, we'll probably have to... Well, hopefully if it isn't fixed by the main race, we'll fix it under a caution or something. Take a quick minute or 2 intermission in between a caution, maybe. Yeah, well, they're rounding off this this pace lap here. It's going to be Daniel Eberhard leading us off here, followed by Matthew Baker, Chris Melton, and Garrett Maines. Kyler Wynn going to be your top 5.
Garrett Maines able to make himself to the front. He started P14. That's impressive for him. Eberhard, though, I mean, we just can't stop talking about it. He's made it from the tail to the tip, so to speak, of the pack, as he is now running in first.
And that he is, and that's going to be your battle for first as we get ready to go green here. I believe we are going to see a green-white checker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're going to be 2 to go. We're going to be paying attention to the battle for first.
Especially at the end of these heat races anyways, the only thing we're really caring about is that battle for first anyways, so hopefully we can get that figured out. That pace car, I believe, gonna stay out for one more lap, if I'm not mistaken. They don't look like they're too bunched up on that outside line just yet. And yep, we're gonna go around one more time here. But boys, we get ready to round off the end of this second heat here, Kevin. I know it's been a very, very exciting evening thus far tonight. I know I'm very, very excited for the main heat race tonight. A lot of very talented drivers and a lot of clean third line racing that we're seeing a lot of tonight. I know it gets me quite excited for this main heat we got going on here in just a handful of moments.
Yeah, I think this main race is going to be super exciting. All this action we've had has been packed into 10-lap races, But we have a 50-lap shootout in the main one, and it is going to have pit stops. It's going to have more cautions than this, I would assume, and it's going to be super exciting. A lot of money and a lot of, bragging rights on the line here. There's also some points on the line. I know, I'm not quite sure how the point standings work, but I know a lot of these guys are trying to keep themselves at the front just because some points on the line.
Yeah, that they are, and while it may not have a big monetary value for us, those points to them I know are very, very important in this Roughneck Racing League.
Yeah, and just looking at it, a super competitive top 7 right now, as that's what it's gonna look like when we go green. Eberhardt and Matthew are gonna be front line. Then Maines and Melton, then Hennings and Wynn, and then Eagle sneaking in there in P7. He can always make something happen. We know he's super good at these super speedways.
Especially in these last couple laps when it matters. I know a lot of these drivers like to shine through, but I, for one, feel like we're going to see that third line almost immediately when we see this green. I believe probably within the first turn or two, we're going to see that third line form immediately. Someone's going to want to take it and get it started early. I think I hear someone trying to play some catch-up back there on the back end as we take a look at the mini-map. And yeah, the number 420, that's going to be Joshua McCullough just trying to catch back up to that lead group, and he's going to make it. Still
yeah, and I don't think Josh... Yeah, and I don't think Josh has any problem starting at the back in the main race because we know Kenny was involved in that wreck in the last one. But, the pace car is in, and we are going green. This time by 2 to go here at Daytona in the trucks, led by Eberhardt on the outside. Green, green, green.
And off we go. We are 2 laps till green out here, and like I said, I believe that they're already peaking at that third line already. Oh, and I think we hear some engine troubles in the back, and yep, they're wrecking. But I believe it's gonna stay green here. Yep, it's gonna stay green out here. Yep, it's gonna stay green. 2 to go. They're gonna let it ride. They're wanting to push on to this main heat, and it's gonna be Matthew Baker still leading out here in that number 5.
Yeah, he's gonna block to the top there, but he's gonna stay high, and here comes Melton on the bottom.
Melton looking to get something done out here on that bottom line.
Eberhardt pushing the hell out of him on that top, though.
Well, that outside line. But, oh, inside line looks like it's going to start to gain a couple trucks here. Looks like they're going to have 3 of them here as we approach 1 to go out here at Daytona, and it's going to be 1 lap to go here. Matthew Baker leading us off here. They're still going to be single file. And there's that second line. Oh, and it's shaky. And Daniel Eberhardt's going to get pushed to the outside. They're going to have more cars on that bottom line.
How about Maines making it up there?
Matthew Baker still going to be leading us off here as we go into that back straightaway. And how about the outside line now? They're going to get some momentum. That inside line is going to get stranded. Kyler Wynn's going to fade back to the back, and it's still going to be Matthew Baker leading strong here. But Garrett Main hot on his tail with Daniel Eberhardt there trailing back in third. It's going to be a close one here as we get ready to cross the finish line. They're going to be shuffling back down low, and Matthew Baker just looking to hold the lead here against Garrett Maines.
And
they're going to be...
blocks.
Oh, and the blocks are out, and he's going to cut to the inside. And it's going to be Garrett Maines. He's going to sneak in there.
Tight one at the line.
Garrett Maines is going to take... Oh, no. It was a photo finish. We're going to have to look at the results here, and holy cow, what a finish. And we're looking at the unofficial. It's going to be Matthew Baker that won it out there, the number 5.
That was a game of inches, and... by our camera angle, it looked like Maines almost had him cleared. Not cleared, but had a few inches on him, a few feet on him at least, but a little push at the end, and Matthew Baker's going to take this one. He'll be starting up front.
And man, what a race for Matthew Baker there for that first heat, or that second heat. But man, those were 2 exciting heats. We're going to take a quick intermission here as we attempt to fix the UI bug. We'll return here in just a few short moments, hopefully with that issue fixed. We'll be right back, race fans. All right, folks, and we are going to see a quick 2-minute warm-up here before the main event out here. So we're going to let these drivers get a little bit of time in between these heat races. Maybe those drivers that started in Heat 1, give them a chance to warm up those tires a little bit, you know what I mean? And are we seeing driving in the tri-oval? Or what the fuck? And Hunter Hastings does a fucking ramp in the trailer section.
Can we take a replay look at that one, Luke?
Oh, absolutely. Let's hop in the cockpit view of that one. I want to see how the hell he got out there, Hunter
I want to learn
Hastings.
how he got back there, yeah. Alright. Here we go, we're back on the track.
He's leaving the pace. He's leaving the pit. And, well, dear God, it's just wide the hell open.
I feel like it's not usually open, Luke, on these races. But I might be wrong.
I don't know, either way, I think it was absolutely hilarious. Hunter Hastings here, getting some speed going. How did he ramp up like that?
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Going up to the gears. At the ambulance.
Oh! Man, oh man.
What intermission show, courtesy of Hunter Hastings from Elkmont, Alabama.
What a jump by him. So we'll go and jump back live, and it looks like he's going to do it again.
He's going for take 2.
Hold it together, Hunter. Oh, and he's gonna wreck out back there, I do believe. Oh boy. And two very, very exciting heat races there. That was absolutely incredible. But we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the grid here. We're just waiting for the league official to go ahead and send that our way. Once we get the official results, those will be displayed to you as they are getting those arranged currently. But yeah, 2 exciting heat races tonight, Kevin. It's going to be super, super exciting for this main event tonight. I know I'm excited. What about you?
Yeah, I'm super excited for this main one. We got 50 laps of madness. A lot of the guys that we saw are going to be working together. I think a few of the groups that we should be looking for are, Kyler and Malik, the McCullows. And how about Baker and Maines? I mean, they made it work there at the end, but, just a lot of racing ahead of us, and I think it's going to be exciting. But I'll go ahead and start with our starting grid, because we have 33 cars in it, so this is going to take a minute.
Take her away, Kevin.
We have your first heats winner, Nathan Harper, and on the outside of him, we're going to see Matthew Baker, our second heats winner. On the second line, we're going to see Logan York and Garrett Maines. Our third line is going to consist of Hunter Hastings and Daniel Eberhardt. Fourth row is going to be Malik Ray and Brian Hennings. Fifth row is going to be Cameron Rourke and Kyler Wynn. Sixth row is going to be Daniel Falkingham, Cody Neagles. Seventh row is going to be Mark Vondell and Chris Melton. Then we're going to see Veliki and Kirkman. Ninth row is going to be taken away by Brock Westmoreland and Josh McCullough. Then we're going to see Garrett Caswell and Christopher Carter. After that, side by side, it's going to be Eckert and Bullock. Then we're going to see Brambilla and Bassanez, followed by Robert Wagner and Jordan Tasby. Then we're going to see Dylan C. Jones and James Wagner, the boss. Then we're going to see Michael Wingo and Stephen Miles. And then rounding it out is going to be Daniel Lolis, Sean Corbett, and then on his own line, Kenny McCullough Jr.
And man, what an exciting grid out here tonight. A lot of drivers out here. It's going to be a big one. Little room for error with as much talent as on the track tonight, Kevin. I know I'm excited. It's going to be a super, super exciting race here.
Yeah, and I've got to agree, a lot of great drivers out here tonight, and I think it's going to be tight.
Yeah, it looks like we did get our tower fixed, so we are going to be good to go here when we go green. Just wanted to double check and make sure that was working.
And a huge shout out and thanks to Baker's mom for the kind words and, help with the, getting the page out there. It really, it helps our engagement and really helps everything when we get people to share these live streams. So I appreciate that. And I think we're going to be going green this time by, Luke.
Oh yeah, before we go green. Big up to Baker's mom before we go green.
And they're going through 3 and 4 right now, and it is going to be green this time by, led by Nathan Harper.
Boy, look at that field. A lot of drivers out here. They got to tighten that up here before we go green.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is out. And off they go.
Are racing.
Off they go.
Baker on the high line is going to get it going. And he's going to drop down in front of Harper. And they're 2x2 all the way through. They're getting huge pushes. That inside line really making it work. The 5 of Baker in the lead right now. He's going to be pushed by Harper. Maines and Henning's making it work on the outside now, though, as we're on the back stretch. And how about Wynn on the third spot of that line? He's going to be back there, making it help with them. And Logan York, the third car, back on that inside. Now fourth car, as Maines is going to drop to the bottom in front of Baker. We're 2 by 2 all the way through, as Daytona Night is amongst us. Maines out in front, Baker in second, Hennings in third, Harper in fourth, and Wynn in fifth. And that's going to be our first lap of 50. And we are in for a good one, Luke.
Yeah, indeed we are, Kevin. It is going to be quite an exciting main event here. I have a feeling that third line is going to show a little later on here. But yeah, how about the onboard here we see of Matthew Baker here. He's going to be getting things done out here in fourth place. Going to be riding that second row. Not wanting to test things too early here. Just wanting to keep it clean and, you know, just have some smooth driving out here and not test things too early. I don't remember if they're running a fast repair tonight. You'll have to correct me, Kevin. I cannot remember, but, and it's, Velily, I believe. That's how we were supposed to pronounce it. Lan Velihi? Or Velily? Oh, yeah, it is Veliky. It is Veliky. It is Veliky.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident it's Veliky. There's a K somewhere in there, but...
I was about to say. A little bit of a typo there. It seems early, yeah, so Veliky.
But, yeah, how about Maines and Baker? They were running front two in the heat race, and here they are again. Just holding either line right now.
Yeah, they didn't want to let that one go. They're wanting to finish what they started, it seems. But Matthew Baker taking that inside line. He's going to hold the lead here.
Yeah, and we're 3 down in this one as we come by, and Henning's staying up there in the mix. A lot of these guys still in this front pack. Let's take a look at the map, as a couple of these cars have faded off a little bit. We're going to see the 30 car of James Wagner's fallen off a bit. The 97 of Jordan Tasby's fallen off a bit. And maybe the 4 of Brock Westmoreland in the pits? I can't really tell.
Yeah, he's in the pits. Yeah. He's got her parked for some reason.
Not what you like to see early from some of those guys, but, you know, all in all, we got about 30 cars still in this lead pack. So, some tight racing is expected, as this third line's starting to get it to work. As, Baker and Maines still holding the front 2 lines.
Boy, are these trucks moving fast out here at Daytona. Long straightaways, a lot of room for speed out here. We are in for a good one here tonight as we approach, as we get ready to round for lap 6 here at Daytona.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, just 20 cars within a second of each other, as you see on the tower, just keeping it super tight with each other, and just 3 wide racing all the way through the front, maybe 15, so...
Oh yeah, and there's that third line. Racing.
And they're bumping around a little bit, and they're in the back, getting real tight with each other. Able to hold on to it, though. You know, it's early, boys. Let's keep it contained a little bit, but that's going to help the second line. They're going to keep the speed, as a little bit of wiggling's going on those 2 lines. But all in all, just clean racing. Baker's still in the lead in this one, as we are rounding around for the 6th time.
And about that third line, though.
Yeah, and as you can see, Wagner and the 97, Jordan Tasby, they got nowhere to go. They're losing speed fast after losing that draft. But 1 caution, and they're both back in this thing.
Let us say, I think a caution is what they're hoping for out here right now. But Matthew Baker still leading strong here. I know his mom's going to be happy as we begin lap number 7 out here at Daytona.
Yeah, how about that top line? They've really made it work, and Ethan Eckert now in the lead with Cody Niegels giving him pushes.
Oh, and look at that. He's going to drop down low. He went airborne in that first heat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that he did, and Cody Niegels just really trying to get enough speed to drop down, I would assume. You know, that top line is very rewarding, but it gives and it takes, because it just loses speed sometimes, so...
How about our 9th Gear Racing drone shot here? As we go and take a look at our battle box for our top 5, it's still going to be Garrett Maines, followed by Ethan Eckert, Brian Hennings, Matthew Baker, and Kyler Wynn for your top 5.
Look at that. Ethan Eckert up 19 spots since the start of this thing. That's
Quite
just
impressive on
about
his end.
3 spots a lap, just making it, getting on his horse and making it work early in this race. But Garrett Main's in the lead now on that inside line. All 3 of the leaders right now are on the inside line, but Eckert goes to the top.
Yeah, that third line looks like it kind of faded off there. It's just going to be those 2 lines from now on, and yeah, they're going to be trying to keep it clean here. It seems for the beginning half of this race, they're not wanting to test things too early. I don't imagine not wanting to fade off back there like McCullough and Tasby.
Yeah, and that's just how it goes. But right now, or no, it's not McCullough, it's Wagner back there. I think.
Wagner, apologies. Yeah, James Wagner, sorry.
I do know. How about we take a look at Kenny McCullough? He started in last place. We know he's still somewhere in this lead pack. Let's take a look at the onboard of him and see what's going on. He's running that outside line, keeping some distance maybe, or just, I don't know, letting Corbett in front of him. Let's take a look at the battle box, see where he's at in regards to everybody else.
And he's going to be the battle for 24th here. He's going to settle right up into, I believe, P30. He's going to be kind of hot dogging it back here at the very end of the line here. I think he's just wanting to kind of stay out of their way and, try not to get wrapped up in anything early. Just save his car and maybe try to plan something with his son Joshua a little later on in this race. I know they work together well in these races.
Yeah, and I saw a car blink in front of him there for a second. Not quite sure what that was about.
Oh, there he goes again.
Another one goes. Might have been the same one. I don't know. Regardless, he's made it up a good 3 positions.
It's going to be Daniel Lolis blinking up there in front of him. Maybe a new router should be on order before...
Either for him or for us.
Yeah, either, yeah. It's tough to tell out here. Either way, someone needs better internet.
Ooh,
boy, look at that sunset.
We're passing the first lap car of Casby right now. He's going to be all the way up top there. Yeah, and it's beautiful out there with the sunset at Daytona.
Gorgeous time to race out here in one of these warm, sunny Florida nights. It's going to be Matthew Baker staying strong out here on that inside line. And Nathan Harper creeping up on that outside line.
Yeah, and that's exactly how they started. Only, reversed the rules of which line they were on. Harper and Baker dominated our heat races. But how about Falkingham making his way up?
And he's a force to be reckoned with out here with almost 8,100 I rating out there. He's by far the highest rated driver in terms of I rating out here tonight. But another one to look for out there is going to be Malik Ray. They are 2 very, very talented, entertaining drivers to watch out here. We'll go and take a look at the licensing details of these drivers out here. Good mix-up in that front pack. We're going to see 2 B-class drivers followed by 4 A-class drivers and 1 W out there. That's going to be Daniel Falkingham, of course. He's, like I said, by far our most talented driver out here tonight. That's going to be the skill gap in your top 5 here, or top 7 here.
Yeah, and we're 13 done with this one, or 12 done with this one on lap 13, and we have been green all the way through. It's something you like to see. A lot of hard racing, but also a lot of clean racing. And
boy, look at that sunset.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. We are 2 wide racing with the sun setting. Not much more you could ask for here at Daytona.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one.
York is going to drop down to the bottom now. He's made it up a good ways from where he was just a few laps ago. But he started P3, so he's used to the front.
Kevin, I feel like we have this discussion time after time again. We're back to the paint schemes, Kevin. Well, which ones are standing out to you out here tonight?
I don't know. On that third line, I want to say it is maybe P5. Maybe P5. It might be mains. I can't really tell. Is that a Mountain Dew scheme, though?
Yep, that's going to be Daniel Falkingham on the number 39 there, actually, Kevin.
That's Mountain Dew scheme. I'm a big fan of Mountain Dew myself, so, you know, I do like that scheme.
I know you're a big football guy. I think I saw a Minnesota Vikings truck out there. I know it was nice to see NFL schemes, but I know one that's standing out to me out there is, I believe, going to be one of Matthew Baker out there. I think he's in the Chick-fil-A car out there on that outside line. I know I, for one, am a big fan of Chick-fil-A. I don't know about you, Kevin, but that chicken does taste very good out there.
Yeah, and, you know, I am a big Chick-fil-A fan, but back to that Vikings car, you know, one can only hope that the driver of it can do better than the Vikings did in that absolutely embarrassing playoff game that ended their season just a month or two ago. So, you know, we'll have to see, but, are we sure which car is the Vikings team?
I believe that is going to be the number... Oh, it's tough to say. I think it was a 23, I believe. That's going to be Nathan Brambilla, I believe. Yep, Nathan Brambilla. Back in P16, number 23.
I can't get a real good look on it, but,
kind of see him trailing back there. Yep, that's going to be a Minnesota Vikings vehicle right there.
yeah,
sorry,
from
Nash
Minneapolis, representing.
Adds up, makes sense.
But, how about we go back to our leaders as we are, I think, still side-by-side racing, yep, all the way through.
Oh, pits are coming in.
It's
Oh, they're wrecking, they're wrecking! Oh. Hard into the wall! Who do we got back there?
I don't.
Oh, it's tough to
imagine
say.
So. But, let's take a look at our pits, as this is going to be our first group, and it's going to be a big group.
And look at that. It's going to be a lot of people pitting there early. How about Malik Ray choosing to stay out, and Daniel Falkingham as well? They're looking to stay out here.
Yeah, and, you know, Malik and Kyle are their teammates, so they're going to stay out together. Eberhardt's going to stay out. He's up there with them. Races a lot with them. Just a lot of names that we're familiar with are staying out. Ooh, and it's almost sideways. And Harper's Chick-fil-A. Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Harper, yep.
But,
Speaking of the devil, he's going to win the race out here, leaving pit road. So I believe we're going to probably see all those other guys. Yep, everyone else coming into the pits now as well. Looks like that second group's going to come in here. And just pay attention to that map up there on the top right, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a race to see if those cars can get around any faster than these guys leaving the pits. You know, these green pits always shaping, making the race interesting out here. A lot of these drivers struggle when it comes to leaving the pits, so it really goes to show how just a little bit of strategy, just taking off out of the pits, can lead to success for these drivers.
Yeah, and Harper Maines Baker is going to be the win off of pit road in the first group. So, let's see what can happen here. Is there...
Daniel Falkingham leading that second group. They're going to be leaving quick, but that second group hot on their heels. You can see them rounding turn 1, getting into turn 2 there. And yep, here they approach in that back group. They're going to be... Oh, they're wrecking back there!
Oh!
Up into the wall!
And we got a bad angle on it. We're going to try to get a little bit of a replay on it, but we're still
They're going to stay green out there. Holy cow. I believe it's going to be Jordan Thasby out there. We're going to go ahead and cut to the chopper view there and see what happened.
Oh, that's not what he needed. He was already having a...
Oh, collides with the cars coming up. And looks like it was...
I'm surprised we stayed green on that one.
Yeah, I was about to say, they mostly stayed clean there. Looks like only 2 cars were involved there. I want to say the other truck that was involved was... I believe it was at the number 5. Oh, yeah, that's going to be the number 5. That's going to be Matthew Baker, and not what Baker's mom wants to see.
Oh, is it?
It is. That's number 5. That's Matthew Baker. They got contact there. Yep, he's in the wall hard up there. Not what you want to see. An unfortunate set of circumstances for Matthew Baker, and I know his mom is not going to be happy after that one. He's going to have to come into the pits, and yeah, look at that. His truck is having issues. Yep, he's going to have to come into the pits, but we're going to jump. Yeah, we're going to jump back green here.
We got a little sidetracked. Surprised we stayed green through that one, Luke. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, me too. It looked like it was well contained, though. Matthew Baker, when he got hit back up onto the track, he didn't spin out or anything. It looked like only that car that hit him back there. Jordan Thasby, or Tasby, was the only one that spun in the inside field there. But looks like it's going to be Daniel Falkingham still holding the lead here, followed by Malik Ray and Cody Nichols. It's going to be three of the strongest drivers out here tonight. They're going to be mostly single file wide out here.
Yeah, and I think they got a little.
It appears I'm getting word out here from the guys downstairs. Baker is not happy. He's looking to start an engagement in the pit boxes right now, and they're going to try to keep him contained away from Jordan Tasby out here. We're going to have to make sure they stay separated out there in pit road.
Ton of racing left, though. I'd like to add, anybody's race still, especially with the moves that we know Baker can make to get himself back in a winning position. Unfortunate, but we'll keep an eye on it, as Falkingham is your leader in this one right now, followed by Ray, Niegels, Wynn, and Eberhardt.
And listen to these trucks sing as they round that back straightaway at almost 200 miles an hour. Those trucks are fast. They are not your daily commuter to work, Kevin. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, man, I wish.
Yeah, that would be one hell of a run on the freeway to work. That's for damn sure. As we start to approach the halfway point here to this race, we've seen one green pit here. I thought we were going to maybe see another caution back there, but so far, full green racing. I know I at least want to take a look here at our battle box and take a look at the pit stops here. Let's go and take a look at the lap. Actually, a lot of lap 17 pits here. Nathan Harper going to be the only one in your top 7 here that pit on lap 16, so it's going to be an interesting one in terms of pit strategy here as we approach the back half of this race. And yeah, they're gonna keep it very, 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 very straight here. It seems single file racing, not wanting to mix it up or not wanting to mix things up too much. We've already seen a bit of contact here. They're just wanting to keep it clean and keep things steady here to truck through this middle half, this middle chunk of the race here. Just try to hold things off and get to that last quarter and hopefully come out on top.
Yeah, and we're almost at the halfway point in this one, Luke. We got about, I want to say 17 cars out here in the lead pack, and still anybody's race. But what do you have to do to get around 15 of these cars to get yourself in a podium spot if you're at the back of this front pack?
It really is tough to say. I personally, I think it's all about taking the right line. Evaluating what lines work out here and taking your time throughout the race just to kind of pay attention to what lines are working and running with that line that's working and trying to avoid what I believe some contact happened there earlier, but they're going to be approaching that same lap car that caused the contact earlier. That's going to be Jordan Tasby. He had trouble leaving pit road here, and he is literally going to wall ride up there to stay out of their way. He is not wanting to cause another incident there. I know we obviously received word that Baker was not very happy with their incident earlier on in the race.
Yeah, and Baker's still in the pits. I think that's more or less going to be his race. So very unfortunate to see for him. We weren't quite sure how bad the damage was, but it's apparent now that it has been, big enough to
probably
end
put
his
him
night.
put him out of here for the night. He's going to be sitting there, and I'm looking down right now with my binoculars. He is sitting down right now in his pit road, and he is pacing back and forth with his eyes locked on Jordan Tasby. He is waiting for him to come in at the end of this race. He is not satisfied with his driving tonight.
Yeah,
But it's still going to be Daniel.
I'm sure they'll talk it through. It happens, but Daniel Falkingham's still your leader. How about Ray on the outside though? Really getting it working with I want to say Eberhardt up there.
Oh, wait a minute. And we are getting a lot of word from some people in the chat here. Not Jordan Tasby fans, that's for sure. Yeah, they're going to be running too wide.
We're halfway through this race, and who do you like for this one, Luke?
Hey, we always have this discussion time after time again, and I think personally I'm liking that Chick-fil-A car back there. Nathan Harper, I do believe, back there in that Chick-fil-A truck. Always a fan of Chick-fil-A, and I can't lie, at times like this, it is getting me quite hungry out here, Kevin. Especially as we round halfway through this race. We need to get a concession booth up here or something.
Yeah, and same could be said for the Mountain Dew car. I know I'm quite thirsty. The old PBRs are not keeping me satisfied as of right now. I think I need some caffeine in me.
Hey, that's fair, but these guys are wanting to stay green. They're not giving us much opportunity here to get a little bit of a break, but they're looking to run through this race quick and fast. Even the bits of contact and pressure we had early on in this race, they were able to fight through it and keep it green out here, and really does show the skill of these drivers out here.
Yeah, and let's be honest, even if we did get the caution, we'd probably just sit here and talk about paint schemes for 5 minutes, so...
Yeah, either that or beverages or some dumb food. You know us.
So, over halfway through this race, we're still green. It's nice to see. And how about Cody Neagle's first lead of the night, as he's side by side Daniel Eberhardt for the front.
Daniel Falkingham, though, looming in third. He's looking to slide up in there, and he's going to take his spot up into second on that low side.
Yeah, and they always say at these super speedways, the spot to be is pushing the leader, so I'm sure he's not too upset with being right behind Cody Neagles.
Yeah, they're going to be too wide going down that front straightaway here, and Daniel Eberhardt was starting to get a bit of a run there on that outside line, but I believe Cody Neagles is going to keep it locked up on the inside there and prevent him from passing. Another lap car there. It's going to be the, I believe the number, I can't tell, I believe that's a number, I think I see a 4 out there, 40-something maybe, 45. I think that's Sean Corbett in the flame vehicle, yep. I recognize that flame truck anyway. That's going to be Sean Corbett. Sand dogging it back there in the back. He's going to probably try to catch on to the lead group here and just stay in their draft. And yep, he's going to do just that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump back here. I think I see a second group back there. It's going to be Robert Wagner leading off that second pack back there. We'll go ahead and jump back to that group there as we look at the battle for 18th right now. It's going to be Robert Wagner leading that second group here. One caution and all these drivers are right back in it. They're more than likely the ones that got caught up in that early wreck or maybe just had a bad pit entrance or something like that. They're just looking for either a caution or maybe enough speed in this drafting here to just, take it up and catch back up to the lead group here. But it's going to be tough out here. They're a considerable distance back, almost 14 seconds here approaching, but we're going to go and jump back to your leaders here, and it's going to be Daniel Eberhardt here leading first place here, and very, very closely followed by Cody Neagles. He's going to take a lead here. It's going to be a close one. How about Cody Neagles? I know he's not a stranger to these super speedways out here. He's been getting it done these last couple weeks. He's definitely a driver to look for as we approach 20 laps to go here. We're approaching that back half stage of the race here. It's people's strategy is probably going to start shifting up here, wanting to start making their way up there to that front running areas, maybe try to make some money. And Baker's mom out here calling the caution, it seems.
Yeah, and I gotta agree. I think we are gonna see a caution just because, it's such a straight cut of in the money or out of the money. It's that 5th and 6th spot that we're gonna be paying attention to for the money, and a lot of these guys will just do anything to get into it because not everyone in this race is in the actual series for points. So that's when things get a little shaky, and I think that's when we're gonna see some problems.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, Kevin, but thus far, very, very clean racing, so you got to wonder, are we going to see a clean finish out here tonight? I don't know if we've seen a fully clean finish out here in most of these races, but I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, and Cody Neagle's leading on the inside, Eberhardt on his outside. They're side by side. A lot of the same guys in this top 10 that we are usually talking about being in our top 10, but Another thing I'd like to point out, like white on rice, the McCullows have stuck to each other. They are back in 12th and 14th, and making it work together. What's new?
And yeah, as we look back at that battle right there, they're gonna be sitting comfortably right back there in those positions. I believe P12 and P14. They're just looking to get things done back there and make their way up there to the lead group, up there to those leaders maybe later on in this race. And I know they're no stranger to that third line. They might even give that some consideration back there. You never know. Cody Neagle's still here leading us off. He started back in P11. How about some movement for him? Oh, they're going to get a little loose back there, it seems. If they're going to break up back there. And, oof, tight pass there by Daniel Eberhardt there for the lead. And he's going to slide to the inside line there ahead of Cody Neagles. And, I believe we're going to see Nathan Harper fading off fast here on that outside line. Not sure what the reason is behind that. He's going to dip below the... Oh, it's going to be Pitts. It's going to be Pitts. Yep, everyone's going to be... Or I believe he's going to come into the pits. Yeah, we're going to see all that. We're going to see Pitts.
Kind of an odd entrance for him. Couldn't get to that inside line, but wanted to stick with his team's strategy, so he's just going to fade off until he does get clear and then go in. Hopefully that doesn't... kill his time too much that he loses his team, but only time will tell. As they're exiting now, led by the 12, I believe. Not quite sure who that is.
It's going to be Ethan Eckert.
Ethan Eckert. Oh, yeah, we do know who that is. We saw him on the side earlier.
And that we got some flight earlier in our first heat race.
Here come the rest of the pits.
Yep, in they go.
So Eckert's going to win that second group off, but here's the important ones. Who's going to win the race off on this main pack?
I say it time after time again, it's all this really does show the strategy here.
Take a look at that map, too. I mean, it is like a Christmas tree just lit up all parts
of it. Oh, look at that. It's a drag race here leaving the pits.
A 3-wide drag race off the pit road, and Falkingham's going to win it. I do believe, followed by Wynn and Ray. Uh-oh. Getting them in the mix. When they work together, a lot of moves, a lot of position changes happen.
Oh, no doubt. It's going to be an exciting back half to this race, that's for sure, Kevin. Because the field is extremely split up there, you see on the map.
Yeah, and we're going to have 15 to go this time by, and, they don't need to pit anymore.
Oh, and they're going to make a pass here. 82, he's going to make a pass there. That's Kyler Wynn.
Very tight pass on
Kyler Wynn and Malik Ray making that run early, just like you were talking about.
Yeah, and Eberhardt's going to go up high with them.
And we'll go and take a look at your car manufacturers in the top 10. It's going to be dominated by 4 Chevys, a Toyota, and 3 more Chevys, 1 more Toyota, and a singular Ford up here in your top 10.
Yeah, and Luke, I try telling you time after time, Fords just aren't as well built as Chevys, so being put on display tonight.
Anyway, well, one loves to argue, but there is still 15 laps out here in the race, and I guess from this point forward, Logan York will be my guy, or any other Ford that can make their way up there into that front group. Just to spite you and prove you wrong.
Well, we'll see, Luke.
Only time will tell. Boy, is that field spread right now. Look how spread out those guys are. They're all over the place. But one caution could group those guys all back together and change things up. But at the rate things have been going tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, they're going to be 3 wide up there for the lead.
Oh, and they are 3 wide. They're bumping around in that Vikings car of Brambilla. Not able to really pick a line, but he gets down to the bottom. And he's going to be pushing Neagles, who's your race leader right now. Followed by Maines and Falkingham.
And they're going to go back to 2 wide here, settle things down a little bit as we approach lap number 13 of this 50-lap race.
That's going to kill the speed of Kyler Wynn. He falls all the way back down to 8th. He was up in 2nd there for a while, I think. Or 1st, actually. He was leading this one.
Yeah, not what you like to see, but still plenty of time to catch back up and, get back into this one.
Oh yeah. As Garrett Maines is leading this one with Falkingham on his outside. Nagel's pushing, and Malik Ray still up there. 13 to go.
Looks like they're going to be approaching some lap traffic here. But as spread out as the field is tonight, it really makes makes things interesting here when they got to pass these lap cars, especially maybe assuming things maybe stay green all night when we approach these last couple laps. Those those lap cars are going to make things really, really interesting when they got to make those passes.
Yeah, I got to agree. How about Brambella making his way all the way up to the front now? He's in P4, and he started in 23rd, so good on him.
Yeah, a lot of movement for him.
McCulloughs have both peaked into the top 10 now.
I was just about to say, Kenny McCullough starting back in P24. He's had a lot of movement. He's up
33.
into P9.
He started in 33rd. He's up 24 spots.
Oh, apologies, yeah.
I mean, just great run for him.
Garrett Maines going to take that inside line here. Cody Neagle's hot on his bumper, though. They're going to make that inside line work. Yeah, you see that lap car starting to get, you see them starting to get close to that lap car here. You just got to hope that he stays to that outside line and just stays clear for these leaders, and it looks like he's going to do just that. Because they are soaring down back straight away.
They are flying. And now Baker's gunning for Garrett Maines. I think they're teammates. I know they run these races together. I'm not quite positive if they're officially teammates, but
I do believe
they ran They ran the second heat together, got that 1-2 finish, and now
and they're spinning out a little bit.
Spinning.
Sean Corbett, he got a little loose, and we're going to see a yellow flag here. Not too sure where that one happened, but we're going to go ahead and go back and take a look here. Garrett Caswell's going to get into it, and we see someone sideways here. We're going to hop to our blimp cam and run things back here a little bit. We're going to watch it in real time here first. And gets a little loose, and and the 5G goes airborne again for the second time tonight.
Let's take a look at the how about an onboard view from behind that wreck?
Let's go ahead and see who we can get here.
Who's in that white car running?
29.
I can't really tell. 29. Yeah, that's going to be Dylan C. Jones. Let's take a look at the onboard of him.
Let's see if we can find him out here. Oh, sorry, he moved up so many positions, it's hard to find him.
I think he got straight through that.
We'll go and take a look at the onboard here by Dylan C. Jones. As this happens right in front of him, he's going to get a front row seat for it. And
and he goes straight through.
Wow, what a line by Dylan C. Jones, and seeing why he made his way all the way up to P7 after that one. And wow, what a run for Dylan C. Jones here. We're going to go ahead and swap back up here and take a look at that one from a different angle maybe, and we'll see how he avoided that one. And it's going to happen right up here in front of him. Those trucks are going to get loose, and trucks up in the wall, trucks flying everywhere, and he's just going to find that open line and shoot the gap, and he's going to make it out.
Yeah, and I've done some of these races, Luke. I know you have too. Not too many, but man, it is just the best feeling in the world when a big wreck happens and you just clear it.
Yeah, it really is, and I do kind of want to see how that one started up here, and it's only going to be a couple cars in front of him, I believe. Yeah, it looks like that outside line just gets a little shaky.
The far chase of Ethan Eckert. I think we're going to get a good angle on it.
And the 5G. He's going to go airborne here for the second time. He's just going to get hooked. Unfortunate for him, and he's going to do a little bit of the same thing he did earlier tonight, take a little air, but I think his truck's going to be all right for the most part, not that much damage. Oh, yeah.
Definitely enough, though.
Sounds like that engine's still going to be okay. He might be able to get in there and maybe still get back out here with these leaders, but we'll go ahead and jump back live out here to our main group here, and it's going to be, surprise, surprise, Garrett Maines leading us off here at the start of the caution here. I know a lot of these trucks just took their pits that we did miss, and yeah, we're seeing a lot of them on lap 34 here. ton of them on lap 34, actually. A couple on lap 33. It looks like it's going to be a split between like 33, 41, 34. Good mix of it, to say the least. But boy, it's been an exciting one here so far, Kevin, as we approach, 7 to go here as we get ready to go green. Things are going to start getting testy out here. Those money positions are going to start becoming a little more apparent to these drivers. Maybe looking to change things up here and push themselves up to that money line. And surprise, surprise, we're going to see both of the McCulloghs making their way to that top 10 bracket up into, I believe, P5 and 7 as we're going to be going green. Surprise, surprise.
And, I think this is really good for the sake of the excitement of the race. We had about 2 different packs riding very far apart from each other that both had good speed, but the lead pack was just getting away from them. So now that we're all back bunched together, I think it's going to be a lot of exciting racing for this last 10 laps.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with you here, Kevin. A lot of talented drivers here still in that top group. Garrett Maines, Cody Neagles, Falkingham, Malik Ray, both the McCulloghs. I mean, it's an exciting group out here tonight. And they're all still up here being very, very competitive, still well within our top 10 here. It's going to shape out to be a very, very exciting end of the night here.
Yeah, and I've got to agree. I think we're going to see a lot of exciting racing here to end this thing off.
Yeah, they're going to be going green this time by as we approach 7 to go here. Garrett Maines leading us off here. I know his buddy Matthew Baker is probably going to be rooting for him here and on the pit side here, and they're going to all shuffle their way back to that inside line when we round these next couple turns. Yeah, a lot of these trucks just trying to catch back up to that lead group, and oh yeah, look at them flying out of the pits. It's going to be an exciting end of the race, Kevin, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited to see what happens here in these last, what is it going to be, 7, 8 to go.
7 to go here as we go green, I do believe. And, a lot of talent on the field here, like I said, especially well within our top 10. It's honestly hard to put a prediction out here on who I think is going to be, but you have any predictions here, Kevin? And actually, looks like they're going to shuffle around back here. And what's going on here? They're going to be bumping around back here. What is happening there? Is that Malik Ray getting boxed under the apron?
We're green.
Yeah, Malik Ray getting boxed under the apron by the number 3. We're gonna pay attention to that, and they're gonna get a little testy here.
It's gonna be the number 3 of Kenny McCullough.
Oh, and they're gonna see some contact here. They got a little testy there early, and they're gonna be 3 wide back there.
Uh-oh.
98, the 98 slipping behind them. That's gonna be Michael Wingo. And things are getting testy early.
Kenny McCullough and Malik Ray there.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that one later on in the race, maybe on a caution or something. Take a look at what happened there. That was an interesting one. How about it? That inside line's really kind of breaking up there, but outside line keeping it together. That outside line really starting to get some momentum here. As we approach 6 to go here, it's... things are going to start getting dangerous, Kevin. A lot of drivers are going to probably start to test things early and, maybe try to put their nose out there into that third line here in these last couple laps. Maybe try to see how that's going to run here late. I know I'd at least want to test it out a little bit early, see how it's running.
Yeah, and Maines is in the lead right now. Falkingham in second. We're side by side.
Nope, Falkingham's going to get his pick at the lead here. He's going to take that inside line, but they're going to be 3 wide out here. That third line looming. It's going to be Malik Ray starting to get a run out here. Remember
we got
him
6 to go, and the McCulloughs both in the top 5 now. Kenny makes it back up after a little mishap on the restart.
Yellow flag's out.
And the caution's out, and that's going to take us to, we're 5 to go right now with the caution out. That's going to take us to a green-white checkered, I would assume. Maybe it's going to take us 3 to go, but I think it's going to take us to that 2 to go
Oh, yep.
threshold.
And I believe I see a car sideways back there. We're going to hop to our chopper view and take a look at what happened there as they rounded turn 3. And oh, yep, we're going to see some contact there. We'll run it back just a tad bit here. It's going to be the number 52 and 49 of Chris Melton, and I believe the 52 of... Oh, it's tough to say. Who is in that 52? Oh! And the number 97 gets some contact there at the end. Jordan Tasby gets some contact. I want to go back and see who else got involved in that one. That's going to be the number 75 behind him, I do believe. Or is it 74?
74 is Brian Hennings. I'm not quite sure if...
Oh yeah, that's going to be him. Yep. Let's go and hop in the onboard here and take a look at what happened there. On board of Brian Hennings. Yeah, that third line gets a little stuffed, and looks like he tries to make the transfer to that middle line, doesn't quite commit to it, and just results in results in a little bit of a flippage there on Melton, and very unfortunate for Chris Melton there. Not what he wanted to see.
A lot of these laps up in the front. Good race for him, all in all, but just not the finish he wanted to see.
And unfortunate. We're going to be going to a green-white checkered out here at Daytona. I knew it was going to be exciting here going into these last couple laps, but boy, I didn't know it was going to be this exciting. It's going to be absolute mayhem here these last couple laps, Kevin.
Yeah, I've got to agree, Luke. How about the McCullough now running 3rd and 5th? Malik Ray running 7th with, not sure where Wynn went, but I think Foggingham and Maines are the cars to beat here.
You know, I'd have to agree with you, Kevin, but you can never count these McCulloughs out. Those guys know what they're doing, and boy, are they good at it, especially late on in these super speedways. Never count them out of a good race. And how about it? These drivers here, I know I comment on it every single time, but it really is kind of hard to grasp the level of some of these drivers out here. Those I ratings are soaring well above some of these other ones out here. Just to note the gap here, our highest I rating out here is going to be Daniel Falkingham, currently with an 8,094 I rating.
Wow.
Then we jump back to the back end of it with Jordan Tasby with a 635. Like I said, it absolutely ranges here when it comes to these pay races. It goes to show it doesn't always take money and skill out here to be well within that group, but just showing that it can be almost anybody's race out here. Boy, the lights are starting to get turned on out here as the sun has fully went down and it is nighttime out here at Daytona. The sun is set and the lights are shining. It's going to be a finish under the shining lights out here at a green-white checkered at Daytona. I know I'm excited. It's going to be a very, very exciting finish out here as they're going to pace around one more time. You know, Kevin, I know I said it's a little tough to say out here who my money is on, at least for the ending of this race, but I will, do you have any picks out here going into the back half of this one?
Yeah, I don't want to put the curse on anybody. I want to keep it under wraps, but I will say there's a lot of guys that we've not only seen race, but interviewed that just seem to keep finding their way to the front.
A big name up there is going to be Cody Neagles and obviously both of the McCulloughs. I feel like we're always either talking to them or talking about them every single night. They're always at least up in that main lead group of cars. But one thing I'm going to be paying attention for here, Kevin, and I know it's going to be at least interesting from what I've noted out here. Look who's going to be starting right behind Kenny McCullough here as we get ready to go green. It's going to be none other than Malik Ray. They got into it last time we were going green. you gotta wonder, are we gonna maybe either see a little bit of retaliation here, or maybe, maybe that was just a little bit of a joke, and they're hoping to let bygones be bygones, and little Trailer Park Boys reference there. I hope you and some of the viewers caught that one. But it's going to be an interesting one here as we go green. I know these guys are probably going to start getting a little testy.
Yeah, and I would like to point out, Malik's out there usually running with Kyler, but Kyler was collected in that wreck 2 cautions ago that put Eckert sideways. So he's in the pits. His night's over. Harper's also night's over, as we know. But we're going green with 2 to go here at Daytona under the lights. Falkingham in the lead.
And off they go. It is going to be an exciting one here. I have a good feeling that third line is going to come out very, very soon here with 2 laps to go, Kevin. It's going to shape out to be a very, very exciting finish. I got the feeling, at least.
Yeah, and I've got to agree. I think we're going to see that third line pick up pretty soon. But first things first, we got to see that second line pick up, and it's just not as dominant.
There it is. We're going to see the first car peaking, but they're not going to take it. Oh! One of the colors is sideways. Hold it together, boys. Hold it together. They're going to hold it together, and Malik Ray's going to be... Oh, no, they're not. Oh, the yellow's out.
Wrecking.
Come on, hold it together, boys. Hold it. Oh, no, and there's going to be wrecking.
Oh,
it's going to involve many. It's going to involve many. Oh, boy. And, yep, that's going to involve a good number of trucks here. Oh, unfortunate here. We're going to see our second green-white checkered of the night. I knew this race was going to be exciting, but, man, yeah, look back there, and it's going to be the number 12 again. He's going to be involved. I feel like we've seen that poor 5G truck involved in most of these. Ethan Eckert here. Let's see what it looked like back there near his end. It looks like it's going to happen almost in front of him. He's going to ride below the shoulder here to hopefully avoid it, but sometimes, that... And, oh, yeah, it looks like he's actually going to stay out of it there. But, oh, it looks like a couple trucks getting into it there. Is he going to clear that? Yeah, he is. Ethan Eckers, he's going to get clear of that one. Lucky for him there. We're going to go back and hopefully find out what trucks caught onto that one earlier. I think I'm seeing the number 15 there. I believe that's going to be the... number 15 of Thomas Kirkman. Yeah, let's go back and see where he was involved in that one. And we'll go ahead and look at our blimp view here. And
the 30's going to be involved. That's going to be Wagner.
And yep, it's going to be most of that involvement up front between the McCulloghs and Malik Ray. You can see all that happening up there in front of him. Everyone's just trying to break to get out of the way. Everyone's trying to find that lane that's going to get them out. And
let's go take another look at that front and see where it all started.
I believe that actually started up there with the McCulloghs, not Joshua. I think that started... Or no, yeah, I did. It started with Joshua. Let's go ahead and take a look at the... chopper view of that one. We'll go and go back here just a little bit.
Yeah, and they all got mixed up before. They all got super stuffed up, and then cars started bailing out. They knew it was coming. And then it just happened all the way down on the other side of the track.
And yeah, look at that. Everyone's starting to get shaky up front. Joshua's getting loose. He's going to slide below the apron, and I believe Malik is going to follow him down there. Yep, and everyone's going to be just getting loose. Malik goes in the grass a little bit. They're all trying to come back onto the track there to keep things rolling, and it's just going to cause more trucks to collide there. And
Dylan Jones into it up there, I do believe, a little bit.
Yeah, that white truck. And it looks like for the most part, those main trucks are going to keep it together, the 29. I think he's going to hold that one off there. Yep, they're going to barely keep it together up there, at least up front. But unfortunately, all those trucks behind him just getting involved and wrecking out.
And what's our running order right now, Luke? Let's go back live and see how things have mixed up.
And yeah, as we go live, it's going to be Daniel Falkingham leading the group here, followed by, surprise, surprise, Kenny McCullough Jr., Cody Neagles, Nash Brambilla, and Logan York. That's going to be your top 6 out here. Sorry, Garrett Maines is also going to be sneaking up there well within your top 5. And it's going to be an exciting one here when we go to our second green-white checkered of the night. And remember, if there is another one, that will be the last one. You will not see a 4th green-white checkered here tonight, as we only have a certain bit of the field here booked. And how about that, the number 51? I think we just saw a piece of his front left quarter panel falling off here. Cody Bullock here having yeah, look at that. His front left quarter panel just completely just fell off. Whole front left wheel well is completely gone. But it's so late into this race. Yeah, I know I'm not taking the pit. I'm just looking to get things done out here. And yeah, look at that. Just a piece of the pie missing up front there for Cody Bullock. We're going to have to see if that maybe affects his aero later on. He's going to still be within our top 10 here. He's still definitely got a chance well within this race. Yeah, this is shaping out to be an exciting ending to a race here, Kevin. I know I don't want to. I don't personally want to see it go to that third green-white checkered. I just want to see these guys, get things together and get us a clean finish out here. But then again, with the way things have ran tonight, these guys are really starting to test each other. Anything could happen out here tonight, at least from what we've seen.
Yeah, and I've got to agree. I mean, we saw 2 laps, and what we just saw happen mixed the entire field up, and it only took half a lap. So, these cars all getting sorted out, seeing who's up front and who's where, and I wouldn't even count like Eckert, Ray, and Wingo and Wagner out of this one. They're running like 11th through 14th. I mean, I still think this is anybody's race, despite it being just a couple laps to go.
As we approach our second green-white checkered here of the night, I want to go and take a little portion of the night to go and thank our sponsors for the night, North Star Fire Protection LLC and James Wagner Welding. 2 big sponsors of the night out here. I know they're the ones putting money forth to put on these races here and get that organized, so big thanks to them. I know a lot of these drivers are very appreciative of the things that they do and the events that they put on out here, clearly with such a big field out here. A little over 30 drivers out here tonight, but I believe we're only going to see about 23 still on our lead lap here, so we're going to go ahead and swap our tower over here just to our top 20. Yeah, we're only going to see 19 here still on the lead lap with Mark Vondell going to be the first car or truck a lap down. So if we do see a caution out tonight, pay attention. That could be an opportunity for him, but I don't know if he's going to be even back out here. But as we round turn number 3, the number 56 back there, David Lolis, he's going to be looking to try to catch up here. I think we're going to maybe see him around that corner. Yep, you can see him flying to catch up. No telling if he's going to catch up here before the start. Pay attention to him back here. He might even try to get a little bit of a slingshot here as we go green. And oh my, he might get it. I think he's going to get it. Yeah, he's going to get the bit of a slingshot here. He's going to have the speed to catch up to these drivers. And I think we're already seeing wrecking.
Smoke.
Yep, there's smoke going on, and there's going to be
there's a caution already.
Yep, there's going to be another caution. We're going to see that third green-white checkered. And oh no, Ethan Eckert, he's going to be involved. Let's go and take a look at the chopper view of that one. Right off the start, a truck slides to the outside, and oh.
It seems like he hasn't been able to catch a break in
Ethan
not only
Eckert.
the heat races, but these main races too. It just seems like we keep saying his name, like he's getting involved in these things, but he's not causing them.
I was going to say it's not like they've really been his fault out here. It's just unfortunate for him, but we're going to be approaching our third green-white checkered out here of the night. With that being our 4th caution. It really shakes things up out here. Now, there is not going to be another green-white checkered. You're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong here, Kevin. Now, is there going to be a immediate yellow throw, and that would be the win for whoever's in first? Or are we going to see, no yellows out here for the rest of the race, and are they just going to let them drive it out? It's tough to say. I know I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. I know a lot of these series have green-white checkered limits. Maybe, I know if you check the rules of the race, you can see real quick while we're under caution.
And yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look here at the current info of the race out here, and I believe we're going to see 4 tire sets, 40 max pistols. Yeah, it doesn't look like it says out here, but I do remember looking on our flyer of the night right here. It does say that we are going to see 3 green-white checkers. Okay. Yep, so they're...
So if another caution comes, that's going to be the race.
Yep, another caution's going to come the race.
This is the 3rd, no?
I thought this was, but when we're looking here at the iRacing UI, we're only seeing the 2nd for some reason.
No, we had 1 under green.
Okay, yeah, so this is only our 2nd green-white checkered, so we still could see a 3rd.
No, this is our 3rd, I do believe. That first one came off of a wreck with like 5 to go. We had it, and then a caution came out right away, and this is our 2nd, right here. Our 2nd caution. Shit, I don't know.
That's tough to say, and I don't know if I'm hearing this right, but think I'm hearing word that Wingo just got DQ'd. Am I hearing that right?
I do know, I haven't really been trying to say much about it because it's not our series, or I guess it will be our series because we're going to be broadcasting it Friday, but it's not this series, but, the guy that wrecked out Baker tonight will not be racing in the SSK series on Friday. The owner of that wasn't too thrilled with that maneuver. From what I saw, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but...
And yeah, I mean,
I'm
I know we saw it back there. It looked like, at least just from memory's sake here, I remember, I believe that being Jordan Tasby. He came up high there and got into it with, I can't remember exactly who it was, but he got a little bit of contact with the lead group when he was leaving the pits, I do believe. But yeah, it's tough to say here. It happened so long ago. So many laps have passed since. Yeah, giving a couple of these guys a chance to, maybe hang on here, cling to life here with one of these other green-white checkers. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for some of these drivers getting into those incidents this late into the race. Really knocks them, maybe not where they wanted to be approaching the our second green-white checkered here. But things are still shaping out well for that lead group. Daniel Falkingham, Cody Niegels, Kenny McCullough, Garrett Maines, and Nash Brambilla. That's going to be your top 5. But Joshua McCullough back in P8, don't count him out. I know Kenny's probably going to be looking for him approaching those last couple laps. Yeah, they're going to pace around one more time. Some emotions in the chat there for the mom of Matthew Baker.
Hey, and it's understandable. They say your mom's your biggest fan. It's nice to see, I hear standing behind what not only, Baker is probably thinking, but a lot of us, drivers and race fans are also thinking.
Yeah, it's shaping out to be an exciting ending here to a great race out here at Daytona. I know it's been it hasn't been that long of a race, but we're approaching that 2-hour mark here, and who knows, with another green-white checker, we might even exceed that 2-hour mark. So we currently take a look at the time remaining in this race, and we still have a whole hour booked out here in case. So I don't think time is going to be an issue for us out here tonight.
It's going to
only
take
one green-white checker remaining.
It's going to take a real slow lap for a whole another hour to be taken up here, but I'm confident they'll at least sort it out this time before the white flag comes up. And then I assume they'll just let him drive it out after that, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, one can only hope.
Falkingham's going to have the command here.
And that he will, but Malik Ray going to be the last one leaving the pits here. He's going to catch up here to the lead group. He's going to be at the very back of the pack. Don't count him out. I know he's a really good driver, starting back in P19. It's going to be interesting to see what he can do here. Daniel Falkingham going to be up front.
And the pace car is going to come in here, and we are green this time with 2 to go, led by Falkingham, Niegels, McCullough, Maines, and Brambilla, and we are green. Falkingham in the lead on the inside, and the outside is looking good, led by Niegels. And we are 2 to go. And the inside's making it work. Good pushes by Kenny McCullough. But here comes the outside. It's going to be Niegels and Maines. We're 2x2 all the way through. We're going all the way up to max speed of the potential of these cars. And we're on the backstretch for the second to last time today, hopefully. And a little bit of lap traffic up there. Just got to get out of the way. Not quite sure how that happened. Can't pick a side, but finally does. Gets below the yellow. And we're still 2x2 by Niegels out front. Falkingham out front. Maines and and we're
wrecking behind them.
There it is.
Oh, and they're gonna collect.
And it's a big one. Oh no.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna involve a lot of trucks. But I believe are we gonna stay green out here?
Nah, the caution was flown immediately.
Yeah, caution is in
these guys
there.
are. I'm not quite sure if that's it. That might be it. Stay tuned. We might have one more green-white checkered, or that might be
It's showing that's our third.
Alright.
Yep, final caution. We'll try for a green-white checkered. Yep, that's going to be the last green-white checkered out here. We're going to see one more. But now that
Okay.
we've hopefully received confirmation of that one, let's go ahead and jump back and see where all of that went sideways upon the yellow. And let's go ahead and take a look at the blimp view here of that one. Hopefully we can see where that happened. And oh, it's going to happen right back there near the... it's going to still happen near that front group, and unfortunately I believe that's going to be
Brambilla's
Joshua
gonna be
McCullough getting involved.
I see that's Brambilla on the inside in the Vikings car. I know he's gonna get involved. Not sure who's in the Rick and Morty car that we're looking at.
Oh, the number 9 car gets into Joshua McCullough, it looks like. That's going to be the number 9 of... It's tough to say. I believe that is... Oh, who is that down there?
Are you sure it's not the... No, it's not the 6. Needles is in the 6.
Yeah, that's the number 9 in the Alpine Star. I believe they might have a custom name on there, but...
Yeah, and who was that in the Rick and Morty car? Was that McCullough or...
Yeah, that was Joshua McCullough, I do believe.
Unfortunate for him on that outside line.
And oh yeah, they're just gonna collect back there, and not what you like to see for that back group. That's gonna
half the field. But how about Eberhardt? He gets through and he's in a top 10 spot now. So you know these things they shift through super fast.
Hey, that
your front
they do.
runners, your front 3 are staying out of the issues, and there you are maintaining. But
let's look at Eberhardt's view here as we take a look back at that wreck. It's gonna happen right in front of his face. You can see that Alpine Star truck right up there. He's gonna get down low, and he's gonna get actually on the apron here and just ride that one out. Do a
yeah,
little bit
you gotta
of
wonder.
off-road.
You gotta wonder if fuel's gonna start being a factor for some of these guys. We've seen a lot of caution laps, but so far I think everybody can ride it out.
And yeah, we'll actually go ahead and take a look at the last lap those guys pitted on back there, and it's going to be an interesting one up here in your front 7 here.
Oh, Eberhardt's actually up in P3 right now.
Yeah, look at that. And your 2 lead trucks are going to be on. They last pit on lap 41. Now your second 2, your P3 and P4, actually, and your P5 are all going to pit back on lap 54.
Let's take a look at the P8 of Falkingham. We see he fell pretty good. So he just took his this lap. Him, Meagles, and Maines, what were the leaders, all just took a pit here, got freshened up. Maybe they couldn't make it to the end. You know, you gotta wonder stuff like that. Just something to keep an eye on, as they're going to be starting 8, 9, and 10. This is really switched up.
You know, definitely makes the lead group here a little more interesting, as that is our 3rd green-white checkered of the night. And I just want to remind all the viewers watching, if we see another caution, it will result in the end of the race. I don't know if the officials are going to throw it. They might, you know, keep it a little easy and maybe be a little more lenient, just let these trucks drive it out here tonight. But that, again, we don't know, so we might see another caution thrown here if there is some more intense wrecks. But only time will tell here. Yeah, we're going to be pacing around here for the final time tonight. That was the 5th caution of the night out here. And, you know, for 50 laps out here, 5 cautions, that's not a terrible rate. Definitely a little more than I believe we usually see out here with this field. But, you know, with so many trucks here, they're just thinning out the field here. And I believe we are only going to see, we're only going to see 14, maybe 16, 17 trucks out here still on that lead group.
Yeah, they're going to be 19 as
they're going to race.
Von Bell's going to be the first one to lap down, but
oh, and they're going to be getting a little loose back there. It seems coming in a little hot to these lead cars. Malik Ray back in 15th place. And it's going to make things really interesting here as we approach our 3rd green-white checkered of the night tonight at Daytona. And how about Ethan Eckert? He's had a difficult night all night tonight. He has risen all the way up into P4, starting in that 2nd row, a line back. But we're going to be going green here. On our third green-white checkered at Daytona. Geico restart. We are green at
And this one's
Daytona.
going to be led by Landon Valicki, James Wagner, Eberhardt, Eckert, and Miles is going to be your top 5. Inside line making it work. But outside, Wagner's the lead. Here comes Corbett to give some good pushes. That outside line, pushing Corbett's actually going to be Falkingham, so that's going to be your leader before this last caution. He's trying to make his way back to the front, but that inside line with Velicki just getting speed. And here come the transfers, and that's when things get shaky. And that they do, and I think we might be wrecking in the back.
There's going to be a little bit of contact. They're going to keep things going up front.
They're wiggling around.
Yeah, they're wrecking behind. They're wrecking behind. I'm receiving word right now. They're wrecking behind.
Staying green out here, though, trying to get your leaders across the line in this one.
Oh, and there's contact in the front.
Oh, and a big wreck.
They're going to keep going. And he's going to make his way through, and holy shit, they're wrecking behind him.
And
Steven Martin, Ethan Eckert, and Brian Henning's going to be in the lead 3 here. The white flag is out. They're going to let him go here. And it was a big one, but Ethan Eckert, how about it? He's going to be making his way up here to the front group. He's had an eventful one. What can he do to maybe get the pass here and get the lead here?
And they're going to call that the unofficial results. And I think they blew the caution, but the white was out. So that's going to be your results. And
Stephen Miles
going to take this one. Coming from P30, I think. We're going to have to sort some things out here.
But your current unofficial is going to be Stephen Miles getting the win out here tonight. Like I said, that was your current results as of right now. We are still waiting to receive the final word here. And boy, what an eventful wreck back there. I know I at least want to go back and take a look at what happened back there at the start of the white flag.
Cleared out half the field there.
Oh, man. And look at that. It was right as we went green. Or right after we went green, sorry. It's going to happen right behind him. Look at that. Oh, man. And yeah, we'll go and take a look at the blimp view of that one. And look at that. The whole field just gets cleared out. And Stephen Miles and Ethan Eckert, Brian Hennings, finding a way to clear it. They're going to be those 3 trucks leading that main group out there as we go across that, as I believe that's going to be our unofficial results. We're still,
Take a look at the results, actually, and see how that one ended.
And we're going to see some victory shitties across the the start-finish here by Stephen Miles here. That's going to be your unofficial results here. Stephen Miles, Ethan Eckert, Brian Hennings, Garrett Maines, Joshua McCullough, Landon Velicki, Malik Ray, Landon York, Daniel Falkingham, and Hunter Hastings. That's going to be your top 10 unofficially as of the current moment out here at Daytona. But what an exciting ending to a very exciting race, Kevin. This night tonight was action-packed. I know I'm excited to hear some post-race interviews from these drivers out here tonight. I'm hoping we at least get a couple in here, but
yeah, and I am too. I think that one was super exciting. I'm going back and looking right now. Just we see Eberhardt fell back to P18. Not great for him. We see a lot of the guys running up front just were cleared out there.
Yeah, definitely a tragic wreck there at the end of that race. I kind of hoped they was gonna let the the lead 3 trucks go race it out for the final battle, but nonetheless, the officials got to throw that flag if the safety of the drivers is threatened. That's the reason why we saw the flag there, obviously. But
and we're gonna get Hennings in here first. He's gonna be your P3 finisher. We're gonna get him in for an interview first. Hey, Brian Hennings, guys in the booth. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing? That was a great race. I mean, it was a super clean race until about those last 5 laps.
Yeah, until.
And it seemed everything started to fall apart for a lot of drivers, and you were able to take advantage of that and jump from eighth to a podium spot there on that last caution. You want to talk me through
Yeah.
how that one happened?
Yeah, I mean, I was lapped down there for a while. I screwed myself on the initial green flag stop where Baker and everyone else got taken out. I sped, so I was lapped down for quite a while. So I didn't get my lap back till right there, dang near at the end, and got it back. And I couldn't believe I was in seventh, starting with all these green lights happening, and luck just played out in my favor with those last wreck right there. So they're still talking about it. So my P3 may not be P3 at this point, but yeah, hell, I'll take it.
Yeah. Congratulations. And it seemed like it was a perfect race, and then everything started to go downhill. We saw a
Yep.
little contact with the 97 and Baker. They stayed green, and then just with about, what was it, like 6 to go, we just started seeing caution after caution.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just frustrations were boiling over. I mean, we had some intentional wrecking going on. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
we were wondering what that was.
Yeah, there's some intent wrecking going on, so I'm sure there's going to be a few people that are going to be parked after tonight's festivities. We'll kind
I'm
of
not
leave it at
sure if
that.
you know, but is that what happened between the 97 coming off the pits, getting into Baker?
No, I think that was just lack of talent. I don't know. I don't want to call the guy out, but there was definitely Wingo. I hate to call out somebody, but Wingo definitely intent wrecked Malik and I think somebody else. So yeah, frustrations boiled over. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people getting parked.
All right. Well, all in all, great race for you. So congratulations. Thanks for the interview. And anybody you'd like to shout out before we get you out of here?
Yeah, Wagoneers Welding for putting this series on. James, Dougie, and all them, and you guys for doing the broadcast. Can't wait to go watch the end festivities there. Everyone from PGR, Triscaro, and Baker, and say hello again to my wife and daughter, and hello again, Mr. Cannon. Hope you enjoyed the S show. I'll keep it clean.
I appreciate it. Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You
You
did.
as well.
That's Brian Hennings currently standing your P3 finisher. Let's get my personal, what I'm excited for most interview, Ethan Eckert in here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ethan, guys in the booth, can you hear me?
I gotcha.
I mean, just from the heat races all the way to the first 40 laps or so of this race, it seemed like we kept bringing up your name as, bad luck getting into wrecks that weren't your fault. And then a little bit of luck, a little bit of strategy there at the end. You made it back up to the front, and you were able to get yourself up in the front in that one. You want to talk us through how that happened?
Well, I want to start off. The race is not quite official yet, so I might have ended up winning it.
Okay.
But anyway, pretty much, yeah, like you said, I got caught up in literally everything, and I mean, I couldn't really do anything different, and then I think the first green white checkered, I just get intent wrecked by Michael Wingo. Huge shout out to him, by the way. He's one of the best donators in the community. But I mean, really, it just with fuel strategy, it just played out my way. With me having to go down and fix damage, I just was able to keep getting fuel, and I mean, it ended up working out for me. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy I ended up getting second or first. So it
Yeah,
worked out.
and we miss a lot of the disputes going on between the drivers. But we just had Brian in here. He said some issues were going on with Wingo as well. Is that and obviously okay if you don't want to share something you'd want to share what happened to cause that?
Oh, sure. Last Thursday, I just didn't say Wingo up top, and I kind of just drove straight into him in PGR. And then right before Mike was gonna mute the chat, right before we went green there, he's like, "Does anyone want anything last to say?" And I said, "Yeah, I have Michael Wingo in front of me. I'm scared because he's not one of the best out here. I'm not trying to call him out or anything, but
Yeah.
he's not the greatest." And he goes and repays me with a good old left hook. So it worked out, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, and that one, seemed to collect a couple cars, but unfortunate, but kind of fortunate for you. You were able to keep it up there and possibly even get the checkered.
Yeah.
Undecided, but all in all, great race for you. Went airborne a couple times. were able to put on a show and still get up there and at least a podium finish. So congratulations, and anyone you'd like to shout out before we get rid of you?
Yeah, shout out Nightmare Esports, Freddie, Cody, Landon. Always fun working with them. Chase wasn't here tonight. He's on vacation this week. You guys for broadcasting, Wagner for putting all this on, Jascaro for not for broadcasting, for race control. Just all the viewers watching it. Yeah, that's
All right,
pretty
thank
much
you,
it.
and congratulations, Ethan.
Thank you.
And that was your possible race winner. We're still waiting on the official results there.
Yeah, and we're gonna get the other possible one. What we thought was the race winner, and was actually the driver that did the the burnouts there at the end. We're gonna get in with Stephen Miles. Hey, Stephen, guys in the booth, can you hear me?
How you doing, man?
Good, how you doing? From what we've heard, it's unofficial, so I don't want to, give too much high praise to anybody, but it looks like you might have it. We're not quite sure. Ethan said he doesn't know who won it quite yet, but regardless, a great run for you and a great finish. You want to talk me through how that one happened?
Yeah, it was a good race. The first, I'd say 3 quarters, man. Pit strategy, trying to stay with the lead group. And I mean, it was that one caution with the 90 kind of threw some bad blocks, and we all got wrecked. And after that, it was just a caution fest, man. People trying to make up ground and try to get to the top three. And even with 3 minutes of damage, got that fixed, and then got a little altercation after that. I was still able to make up track position, and we was in a perfect spot, man, right there pushing behind Landon, and that's my boy. So I was just pushing him, and we was hooked up together, and I didn't want to lift. And when he came out of the corner, he got loose, and I guess I was offset from him, and I lifted for him to gain it. But by that time, I was already beside him, and I didn't want to turn him, so I gave him room, and it made it look worse because everybody else behind us wrecked, so it kind of ruined, his day. And I apologize for that. But there at the end with Ethan and Brian, it was just, the best car. I'm pretty sure we all had kind of a little bit of damage, but I was able to block a little bit, and good run for Ethan and Brian Hennis, man, making it out of this crazy race. It was crazy fun.
Hey, no
Yeah, and
doubt.
it was crazy, and we wonder. Our first two interviews, we've heard a little bit of drama ensuing about intent wrecking. Is there anything you'd like to weigh in on that? I know a lot of the guys, from what we've heard, were talking about it in the Racers chat, so we're kind of in the dark. We know Wingo was involved in it, but anything you'd like to add on that?
Yeah, stuff like that with these guys, man. So many different egos and personalities in here. Some people, they get butthurt, man. They really get mad, and I don't take none of this stuff serious. I can't leak this negativity into my, real life and stuff like this. So we seen it, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna get penalized for it. I don't know if I get penalized for that coming to the white. I hope I don't, because I mean it wasn't intentional and it didn't bring out the caution. But I mean, we'll just see how it goes, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna get a handle on these guys intentionally wrecking them. Pretty sure they're gonna clean some of this stuff up.
All right, once again, thanks for the interview, Stephen, and congratulations. Any shout outs you want to give out before we get rid of you?
Shout out to my mom, my dad, man, that's watching. Hopefully I get the win for y'all. If not, then I come back next week and give it another shot. Shout out to you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast, man. I do an amazing job. Look forward to going back and rewatching this. I mean, if I get penalized, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna lie to you. But thank God, and most of all, man, for bringing us in here to be able to race and get away from our daily lives, to blow off some steam, just to have some more stuff to get mad at. So appreciate that, and admins, and also James Wagner Racing, man. Appreciate him for putting this stuff on, and thank you, man.
Oh, still with us, Kevin? Ah. Well,
Can't
either
pick
way,
off.
it was a great night for you, Miles. I know it was an exciting race, at least on our end, to finish watching that one. Unofficially, congratulations on the win. I'm hoping we'll at least receive word about that one here in just a few short moments. Again, congratulations, and enjoy the possible win on the night.
Okay, thank
And I'm not too sure. Kevin, you still read me? Believe we're a little bit of a connection issue there with Kevin, but I think we'll hopefully see if we can regain some connection here with him. But it appears Kevin had a little bit of computer issues here, but I'm hopefully going to see if we can maybe get one more interview in here. I'm going to see if I can maybe get the other side of that the other side of that confrontation there, possibly that intentional wrecking. I want to see if we can get Malik Ray in here.
Hey, do you read me?
Oh, yep, I read you, Kevin. I was just going to say we're going to try to get Malik Ray in here on the other side of that possible intentional wrecking, see where he weighs in on that one.
Yeah, I'm good with that. My computer, I don't know if it was my computer or my microphone itself, but just some issues. So, just gonna finish this one on my laptop.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll go and bring him in here, and you can go and take it away whenever he joins in here, okay?
All right.
All right.
Come out.
Oh,
Hey, Malik, guys in the booth, do you read me?
What happened? Hello?
this is the guys in
Yeah,
the
can you
booth
hear me?
broadcast team. Can you read us?
Oh yeah, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing? Just got a quick question or two. I know you're a busy guy and going over some stuff over in the other channel, but I gotta ask. A lot of the guys, every single one of our interviewees so far has talked about some drama going on between the drivers. Some intent wrecking maybe. I wondered if one, were you involved in any of that? I know they said Wingo was getting into a couple of the guys, maybe possibly you, but
Yeah, man. Yeah,
if
he
you're
ran into me in turn one.
did he?
Yeah, after the yellow. I don't know who
And
the guy is. But I just thought it was funny. I don't know why he was mad at me.
all right, so yeah, we were just wondering. We're not quite sure the driver relations yet in this series, so also another thing I'd like to ask you about. We saw kind of an odd restart between you and Kenny McCullough. Um, do you know what happened there?
So like I was supposed to be restarting in front of him, and I was saving gas, and I was just gonna get my spot back in 3 and 4 because I mean that's just what you call a normal thing to do. And then he decided to try to keep me on the apron for some reason.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, we
Yeah, that's
saw
probably
that.
what that was. I don't know why he did that. To be honest, I have no idea.
All right, we saw there was some boxing out, so we just wondered what was going on there. Couple incidents. We just wanted to clear up. A couple of the viewers were wondering, and
Yeah, that's fine.
we ourselves were wondering. So I appreciate it. Congratulations on what was a pretty good race there until the chaos at the end. But any shout outs you'd like to give before we get ready?
Nah, man. Nah, man. Shoot, I appreciate you guys broadcasting though.
Hey, I appreciate it, man, and congratulations and good luck.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks. And that was Malik Ray. A couple incidents there at the end where we're still trying to clear up, Luke. We're not quite sure what happened. We don't get to see what a lot of the others see, and yeah, we might have missed that Wingo incident. I know we saw him and Eckert get into it, but yeah, just some things we're gonna have to stay updated on. But
Yeah, we'll definitely get it all
all in
cleared
all,
up here before the next race, that's for sure.
all in all, a great race. Congrats to the guys that got into the money. And any final thoughts on this one, Luke?
It was an exciting race in the beginning of those heat races, and I knew just from the intensity of those early heat races that it was going to be an exciting one here for the main heat. And let me say, these guys did not disappoint tonight. I know we had a very strong and talented field out here tonight. A big congratulations to all those guys out there, especially the ones that made it into those money spots, and a heartbreaker for the ones that didn't, and giving them maybe a little more incentive to race a little harder and get up there into those money spots for this next one. I know it was a very jam-packed, eventful night tonight, Kevin, and I'm hoping we can get a little more information cleared up for our viewers here by the time we start our next race. And I feel like we do have a couple of them coming up here if you wanted to give us a quick reminder of what we got going up on our schedule here in the near future.
Yeah, we got I want to say it's Midwest tomorrow night. It's Talladega Truck. It's Talladega Trucks tomorrow night, and that's going to be not until green is going to be at midnight Eastern, I think. So that's going to be a late one. And then Friday night around midnight as well, we're going to see the Super Speedway Kings. That's going to be a late night dash for cash at around midnight green. That's also going to be the trucks at Dega. So those two are big ones. And then we have our league race Sunday that we're super excited about, bringing it to Atlanta for the first time.
Oh boy, and a very, very exciting track here between the two, Talladega and Atlanta. I know those are well within my top 5 at least favorite tracks. Super speedway.
A lot of speed.
Oh, without a doubt, Kevin. And I believe this will probably be a good stopping point for us here. It was a a very eventful night of racing and a very, very exciting night for racing. I know I had a very great time here tonight, Kevin, and I want to thank all the viewers for coming out here and giving us the time of day to watch this beautiful race. And I know I'm very excited to see this group out here again next week. I know these guys are very entertaining to watch. Again, I want to take a moment to thank you all from Ninth Gear Broadcasting, and another quick moment to thank our sponsors, Wagner Welding, and I believe, what was our other one? North Star. This was Ninth Gear Broadcasting. Kevin, any
Huge
final
thanks
words?
to James. Before we get out of here, huge thanks to James Wagner for hooking it up again 2 Wednesdays in a row. We really enjoyed this series. Hopefully we can come back and do it some more, and I think that's going to about do it. We'll see you in the next one tomorrow night.
Signing off, race fans.